Hi, Ninad Tsunami here, and welcome back to the second part of the video. So in this video, we'll be discussing about the entire Cisco interview process. And if you're a fresher and you're in first, second year, what you should do in order to get a good placements. So we'll ask that questions to Gaurav Bhaiya. So if you haven't watched the first part of the video, so do click on the link and do watch it. And stay tuned because in the third part, we're going to a Cisco tour, campus tour. So stay tuned and enjoy the video.
Fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me.
Yeah, so coming to the placement only, I wanted to ask your Cisco interview experience. So how was the interview process?
So yeah, the interview process. So before the interview, I would like to mention there is a process followed for all of the companies, and different companies follow different process. But for Cisco, it was the first of all we had an aptitude round, and yeah, so that they will ask general basic questions and the questions related to technical skills like say coding, basically support fundamentals. That is the thing. And apart from that, I had one also coding question in that, and that was again based on Dijkstra's algorithm. So again, as I mentioned, you have to learn your data structures very well to crack the initial, and that is the elimination round. Like numerous people will give the exams. Like if the company sits in your college, so around 500 to 600 people will give the exam, and from there almost 100 people will get shortlisted based on the initial phase of aptitude and coding. So that is there, and from again the number of shortlisting depends on which college you are. Again, that depends. So different colleges get like number of people get shortlisted for the first round depends on the number of college and which area your college is in and which tier does your college belongs to. So that is one point. And then apart from there are 3 rounds of interview. So first one is technical interview, then you have a managerial interview, and then you have a HR round. And in the interviews, the technical skills, as the word suggests, it's a pure technical round. They'll make you do code on HackerRank, they'll make you do live coding, they'll ask you SQL questions, they'll ask you questions on web development. And apart from that, whatever skills that you have mentioned in your resume plays a very important role. So they will ask questions based on your resume. The whole resume, each and every word you put in a resume is very, very important, because let's say you're faking something in the resume and the recruiter asks you the same question about the skill, and if you're not able to answer, that means it shows that you lie. And once they catch a lie, they'll bang you left and right on that question itself. And that is very, very like negative thought for you. Even you will get demotivated, and even the recruiter will get to know that yeah, this person keeps on lying, and it will not be a good thing for your interview. So mention only the things that you know on your resume, because that plays a very, very important role. Every keyword or every word that you put in on your resume is very, very important, and they can ask you, basically they can like hammer you for a whole hour based on your resume. They can know everything about you based on the questions they can ask about your resume. Yeah, so technical round basically has this coding and resume base. And again, manager round, he can ask you about some projects that you have worked on. And yes, building projects is very, very important. Let's say whatever technologies you are learning, even if you are learning of the basic C++, try to build a project, let's say railway management system, or a project, very basic project that's, let's say a calculator. Even that can be called as a project, but not just you are doing an addition or multiplication. Try to host it on some website. So try to implement it in the real world. How can you use that for a people that who, like how people, actual people who are not from a technical background, how they can use it. If you are able to get it to that level, that means you have built a successful project. So try to build more and more projects, and as you grow up on the ladder of building, learning the new skills on any technology, try to build more projects. The more projects you build, the more you get your hands dirty, the more that skill you will get to learn. So projects play a very important role in the managerial round, and again he'll ask you about your resume. So in my case, I was like, my resume was quite good in, like say, technical skills also, and apart from technical, I had my extracurricular with the chess, I had some a good decent amount of event handling projects as well. I used to manage events here and out in Bangalore, in my hometown. So yeah, he can ask you about event management, and that shows that yes, I am a team player. Yeah, so also these skills will play a very, very important role. You have to basically sell yourself in an interview. You have to let the recruiter know why he should hire you. Basically, what skills you have in your like what the value you can bring to the company, that you have to show to the recruiter. Let's say you are a good team player, even if you are not good with the technical skills, but you are a good team player. You can collaborate with people very well. You can learn from others, and you can implement them, or you can guide others. You can help people connect with different people who can help them. Those skills play a very, very important role in the managerial round. And in the HR round, again, they will ask you behavioral questions. They will ask you about questions about your relocation, how, if you're ready to relocate in a different location or not, or if you're maybe, let's say, they'll give you some situation based questions. Like, let's say there are some females in your team and they want something help, and how would you help them? So they'll ask you such behavioral questions, and how you are able to answer them, they'll judge you based on that. And basically the easiest of them is the HR round, and the first two rounds are very, very difficult, so you have to prepare them well. But as I mentioned earlier, you have to express yourself. If you are able to express yourself, those first two rounds will also be not that difficult for you. Yeah.
On the scale of 0 to 10, how much will you rate the difficulty of Cisco interview?
Yeah, so on a scale of 10, I would not rate the Cisco's interview to be one of the most difficult ones. It's basically, you can rate it between 7 to 8, because the recruiters are very chill. They'll ask you questions about your resume basically, because they don't worry. Anyway, see, Cisco is a big company, and once you go into the Cisco's environment, they'll make you learn on live projects. So that means,
practice.
yeah, they'll make you do the practice, they'll make you learn those courses and everything they'll make you learn the technologies basically, whatever they need to be implemented. So they'll focus more what you have mentioned and how you are implementing them. So basically, whatever you are putting in your resume, prepare that well and prepare it thoroughly, so that you can answer them very well in the interview. So on a, like, it's not the most difficult interview to crack, but yeah, it's a decent, it's not like very easy also. They'll ask you questions on your resume, as I mentioned. They'll ask you data structures, they'll ask you SQL, they'll ask you web development, and as I mentioned, it's a networking company, so they'll ask you questions on networking, TCP ICP protocols, the other ways, how do servers communicate, how do routers communicate. So those are all skills, or those are topics that you have to prepare well for Cisco's interview.
And like, when are you joining in? Is like, it's like a PPO or you're doing internship? What's the scene? So about Cisco?
So right now I'm doing an internship for 6
With
months.
Cisco?
Yeah, with Cisco. So it started in January, so it will last around 6 months, and then I'll be joining as a full-time
PPO.
PPO. So it's not a PPO. I'll be joining as a full-time. I have the internship as well, and I'll be joining in full-time around July or maybe in August months.
Oh, wow. So you offline, you go to campus?
Yeah, so it's a hybrid mode. I can go to offline and I can work from home as well, but I prefer going to office more because it's my early stage in the career, and the more people you interact with, as I mentioned, networking is a very, very key skill to grow up in the ladder of
You're
your
in
career.
Cisco, so
Yeah.
network.
So Cisco is a networking company, and if I don't go and network with different people there, so that's no use of me working there. And again, I've been home for the past 2 years in the lockdown period. I was pretty much bored, so I wanted to explore more about Cisco's culture. It's the #1 best place to work from the past 2 years, so I wanted to know why it's #1 best place to work. So, and
Wow.
from working there from just 1 month during my internship, this period has been very, very amazing. I'm telling you, and it's a suggestion for everyone who is getting a internship or maybe a full-time offer or in any job, even in startups. Try to go to office and learn from people who are working there, because see, from home you can implement the projects in your comfort zone, but when you step out of your comfort zone, that's the place where you grow. And growing early in your career is very, very important, and Cisco for me has given me the opportunity to grow each and every day. I can proudly say every day I go to office, I learn something new, I make new friends, I make new connections, I learn from people who are already working there from past 30 years, from past 10 years, and I see people who are joining like me, the other people, the other interns. I learn from them also what technologies they are familiar with, what technologies they are working with. So it's basically the learning journey. Every day you go to office, every day you learn something new. Yeah, so I would suggest everyone to go to office.
Wow, that actually sounds really amazing. Can I visit Cisco sometime?
Yeah, sure. So I can actually get you inside Cisco, and
When?
you can come tomorrow if you want.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously. And I can get you a visitor's pass, and we can roam around Cisco. I can show you the campus.
Wow.
Yeah, sure.
So tomorrow we are going.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, I'll do put a video of like the campus tour, so do watch it. So tomorrow I'll be going. I'm so excited. So coming to the last question, and I think it's like the very most important question. तो without studying, क्या बिना पढ़े भी हो सकता है?
बिना पढ़े तो अगर पॉसिबल नहीं है, अगर see, if you don't study anything, you will not be able to crack the internship or maybe even the smallest of the companies. You have to study at least the basics of what role you're applying. Let's say you're applying for an analyst role, so the skills required for that analyst role, you have to study at least the basics, so you'll be able to crack a decent company.
Hard work is real.
Yeah, hard work is real, and it's not like you just have to do the hard work, you have to do the smart work, you have to manage the other skills as well. You have to be like the people on the streets. They don't have the higher degrees. You can see a MBA Chaiwala. There are numerous copies of MBA Chaiwala around the Bangalore, but you see, the MBA Chaiwala sells his brands. Once his brand has been set up, now the other people can copy his brand, and what they are doing is they are being street smart. So you have to like be street smart in your own environment. So whatever skills you are learning, and without even studying, you cannot do even the basics company, like say, I will not mention the company's name because for its various reasons, but even the basic companies you will not be able to crack without studying. So studying is very important part, one thing. And apart from that, the most important skill I'm mentioning again and again is communication. How you are able to express yourself, that is very, very key. Yes.
Yeah, it's very important.
So that's
So yeah, and if a person in first year wants to, get some inspiration, what would be your advice for him? First year or second year or just starting in after JEE?
yeah. So let's say you're in first year in college. Don't immediately start coding. Do it gradually, but at the same time, try to network with people, try to make new friends, try to explore the culture around you, how other people are making their work, how they are doing their internships, how they are doing managing their studies, and build a skill for yourself that can help you manage yourself and your belongings. Let's say you don't have to be dependent on anyone else for any of your needs. You have to be, like say, you want to manage yourself on your own. You have to, and that is again a very important thing. You have to step out of your comfort zone. Let's say you are sitting in your home with your parents. They can provide you with anything, and it's not a bad thing to get anything from your parents. They are here to help you, and they will always be there to help you. But once you start doing it everything on your own, that's where you learn a lot of life skills. And once you start learning life skills, the other skills you will find relatively easy to learn. And that's very, very important in your life, not in life but in general, for whatever you want to get ahead. Learning the general skills is very, very important.
Okay. So upon that ending interview, so thank you Gaurav Bhaiya for coming here. Yeah, so
It was a very great time meeting you, Ninad, and all of you will, let's say, keep on subscribing to Ninad's channel and share it to people everywhere. He's doing a very phenomenal job. He has done a lot of internships, and he has been an inspiration to me as well. It's not like juniors cannot inspire you. Your juniors can also inspire you. So he's been an inspiration to me as well, and I am very, very sure he's an inspiration to a lot many out there. Yep.
that's it guys, and thank you for watching the video, and stay tuned for next part. So next part is Cisco campus tour. So we 4 friends will go there, we'll explore the campus and we'll have sandwich there and we'll also play some games. So yeah, stay tuned.